With a killer heat wave gripping the country, millions of Americans are suffering from sweltering conditions. It has become a perfect storm of rising temperatures and humidity, and since then, heat advisory warnings have been issued from Texas to New York. Several advisories have been issued by the National Weather Service and WS, with the final plea being safety precautions. A lingering heat dome is pushing temperatures higher and setting up a dangerous scenario for vulnerable communities. What is a heat advisory? Heat advisories are issued when weather conditions are serious enough to cause health hazards. They warn about the heat and humidity that have the potential to cause heat exhaustion and heat stroke. The advisories are issued by the NWS when the heat index is between 95 degrees Fahrenheit and 99 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 or more days. Heat advisories are also issued on any single day when the heat index is 100 degrees Fahrenheit to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. These alerts are meant to be a warning for everyone, especially for those without access to air conditioning. Which U.S. cities are under a heat advisory? The heat advisory is covering a big part of the country this week. New York City is under a heat advisory from 11 a.m. through 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 28 to 30 July. Chicago will be under a similar watch from 12 to 8 RDC/CDT hours on July 28th. Dallas will feel the effects of the heat from noon on July 28th to 7th in the evening on July 29th. Other states experiencing cases include Georgia, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and portions of Mississippi. Each region faces similar threats, including extreme heat and soaring humidity levels. What's fueling the dangerous heat dome? There is currently a heat dome placed over the central and eastern United States. This happens when high-pressure systems hold the hot air in one area for a long time. More than 90 million Americans are under various sorts of heat warnings and advisories. The heat index in certain locations will rise to values between 106 degrees Fahrenheit and 115 degrees Fahrenheit. This freakish weather pattern will force many to struggle with mounting power bills and to deal with health issues. Who is at greatest risk? Heat-related illnesses pose greater risks to the elderly, newborns, and persons with pre-existing conditions. Outdoor employees and athletes are at higher risk when exposed to extended periods in the sun. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, maintains that one should try not to be in direct sunlight during the brightest hours. Hydration and access to an air-conditioned shelter are paramount during an advisory. What are the recommended safety measures? Neighborhood check-ins are encouraged, especially for older persons living on their own. Other measures to stay safe include drinking lots of water while avoiding caffeine and alcohol. Light clothes that breathe well are recommended, whereas lightweight exercise should be conducted only in the early hours of the day. Nearly every city has cooling centers operating. Such centers give temporary relief to people from the scorching heat. The residents will also want to download local weather apps and pay attention to any alerts. Fans might not be enough to save you from a heat-related disease during a heat wave. Why is this summer especially severe? Experts say that 2025 is forecasted to be one of the hottest years ever on record. Heat waves have been getting fiercer in North America and its neighboring regions due to global warming and the influence of El Niño. The springtime contributed nothing to rainfall in many U.S. states, bringing in early drought conditions. This had further exacerbated the heat dome and wildfire threats. Meteorologists say that with climate instability, more such events are expected. Extreme heat demands urgent action. Following health advisories becomes more important as the heat sets in. The heat advisory alerts that are aired across the United States are not what we call warnings. These are instructions you must follow to save your life. In New York and Dallas, Americans are urged to take this alert seriously. Extreme heat has now become one of the deadliest natural hazards in the country. Risks can be minimized if precautions are taken early and communities are made aware. By staying safe this summer, therefore, we mean staying cool, hydrated, and informed.